stay here and we chat a little bit about infertility, because it is a topic that comes up quite frequently with our viewers. And who knew it is incredibly prevalent in Canada? What percentage of the population?
15% of the population. One in 6 couples. It's huge.
Yeah.
It's huge.
So infertility is a topic that's on many people's minds, and that's probably why we have this Awareness Week.
Exactly. So it's the last week of the month of May, and it's important for us really to not forget to talk about infertility and for people to know. I mean, how many people have someone that they know in their immediate circle that's been affected by infertility?
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
see, she had a baby, but affected by infertility right over there.
So, you know, it affects a lot of people, and I think that it's important for people to be mindful of not only just taking for granted that they're going to be able to have a baby whenever, and then be thinking once you have your baby and you're happy that maybe other people are struggling with it. And it's a medical condition. And actually, across Canada right now, there's a big push for IVF funding by the different provincial programs. So a lot of the patients, there are barriers to access fertility care. Most people just wish they could just have sex and be pregnant. That's everybody's dream, but it's not necessarily the case. So in that circumstance, it isn't always covered. There are barriers to care, sometimes geography. There are a lot of fertility centers in the middle of a city, but not in distant regions. So, you know, people in Sudbury, North Bay should have access to care as well.
Right.
The medications can be cost prohibitive. The treatments can be cost prohibitive. Sometimes people feel that there's discrimination and stigma. So I think that the more that we talk about it and the more that we put it out there and say that, you know, it's important to us to validate that this is a real issue, that people struggle with it. And you know what? We understand that this is important, and we want you to be able to access your care for your family.
Right. If you think that, you know, the government should support families and the you know, the
future taxpayers,
the future taxpayers, the repopulating of the population,
exactly.
You would think that there would be more impetus, but definitely there is a movement happening.
And it's worldwide, but particularly in Canada, there's a lot of buzz in all of these different provinces, in Nova Scotia, in BC, in Alberta, in Ontario, and Quebec. So we are finally getting into the fold of the rest of North America, and then also of Europe. So it's important to remember the infertile population, and there are support groups and there are places for people to go and talk and learn about their fertility. So I encourage you to do that, especially in the last week of this month.
Okay, just talk. Thanks so much for that. Let's go to break.